comments off because I'm a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie, I don't get on live often.
Yeah,
So
don't look at it. Just look at me. Yeah.
okay, so I get on live sometimes and I watch people's lives, but I scroll past your live. I don't really necessarily know what you talk about in your live, but I do see you giving like a lot of good advice to women, and sometimes you talk to men. So it was this girl who was on here. That's what made me want to join the live. She was talking about her boyfriend, and you were telling her, she was just like a couple minutes ago, and you were telling her about like, getting more, doing her own thing, and not just sitting around. So right now, I just got off of work, so let me just put this on. But right now, I'm in a situation with my boyfriend, and I would like a different opinion from somebody. I'm 27, and me and my boyfriend have been together for going on a year now. So we got together in October last year, and I have so much love for him. Like, I love him so much. I care deeply for him, and whenever I care deeply for somebody, I like really invest, and I think of a future about us. We talked about that already, and I want to make sure you're straight. I want to make sure you're healthy. I done got him on track with his health. I'm like, he was telling me he had stomach problems. I called the doctor, made him appointments. Like, he found out some things that he didn't know before, and I just really been trying to like get him on the straight and narrow. So I've really been like taking care of him, and I wouldn't say it's a burden. It's not a burden. It's just something that I just naturally do for the people that I love, And I'm kind of like a hypochondriac too. So, like if anything's going on with me, I'm just like always like go to the doctor. And I feel like he has not really invested into this relationship the way I would like for him to. But it's not necessarily like he has to do like grand gestures for me. It's just certain things that I feel like he takes for granted. I don't know if it's like an attachment issue with me where I feel like I want to leave because I know better, but I also love him. And when I try to leave, I'm like super hurt about it, and I can't get past the fact that I'm hurt and just stay gone.
You know how a lot of times parents are like, oh my God, kids are ungrateful, they're so entitled. Sometimes that can be true. And it's the same thing with men in relationships. Like sometimes when you give and give too much of yourself, people can take you for granted. People may not value you the same as you value them, because they just see you as somebody that they can use as a mule, and you'll keep doing it because you are this nurturing person. So I don't know. I think for women who want to self-preserve themselves, they have to make a way where they can leave that relationship and find a man that wants to pour into them. Because I just feel like masculine providers are not comfortable with a woman doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's just taboo. It's weird. It's uncomfortable for them. They feel emasculated. So those are my thoughts. Let's keep watching.
You know what I mean? So like I tried to like break up with him, but I love him. He's so sweet. He's one of the like sweetest guys I've ever been with, but he also doesn't really give me the things that I need. So I don't know. So I'm kind of torn. You know what I mean? And this is the one of the things that bothers me the most. I'm 27. He's 30. He just turned 32. We're great friends. We laugh a lot. It's kind of embarrassing to say though, but that damn game, he plays like video games like he like a crack addict. Like it's like crack. It's what crack is to crackheads. The way he plays a video game, it's so unattractive. It's so like extra, and I feel like I'm coming in second to them, and I don't really know who to talk to about that, and I don't really know how to bring it up to anybody else because I don't like whenever I try to bring it up to my friends, they're like, "Girl, like you play the game, like So they always give me the same energy anybody I talk to, but they don't really know him the way I know him, so they don't understand why I love him so much. So it's always like judgmental, and I'm just like, so I don't really. I know what I'm trying to ask you, but I don't know if you like follow me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I do. I do. I will say this, Kai. You're at the end of your 20s. And not that life is over for you, but I will say when women get closer to 30 and they hit 30, that's when, women get on spiritual journeys. They start thinking about wanting real relationships. Their standards are like solid hard now. Like they really getting their head at 30. And I'm telling you this because since you are getting near to your 30s, it is time to let this go.
Love is a very deceitful emotion. And a lot of people, including myself, we stay in situations because of how we feel, knowing that we want more, knowing that this person cannot fulfill certain needs, but we stay because it's comfortable. And what I've noticed is the longer you stay at a job, the longer you stay in a friendship, the longer you stay in a relationship, it becomes even harder to leave. It becomes even harder to detach physically and emotionally. So the sooner you can identify that this relationship or this friendship or this job is not going to meet my needs or wants long term, you have to come up with a solution and you have to act on it with the quickness. Because when that time passes, right, and it's 5-10 years later, you are going to resent yourself. You are going to resent that person. And love can turn into resentment very quickly. Very, very quickly. And on the other hand, sorry y'all, it's early in the morning. I can't talk. That person may feel like that they know that you deserve better. They know that you deserve someone that's different. And they know that in your head, they feel like, okay, she feels like she's settling. And they may not even feel comfortable that you're with them and you're settling. And they know it deep down. They know it deep down. And so just leave, because when resentment sets in, honey, I mean, dangerous things can happen. Dangerous things can happen. So don't be that person. And I know it's hard because I struggle with it sometimes. We all do. We all want to leave that job, but we're comfortable because it pays the bills, and times is hard, and we don't want to take that leap of faith in our business. And, we just don't know what's out there. Oh, I've been in this marriage for 15 years. We have our kids together. I don't want to leave him. I don't know what it's going to be like out there. Oh, I'm living with him. I know it's not right. I know God doesn't want me to live with a man I'm not married to, but I don't know what it's going to be like out there. We all struggle with leaving certain relationships, certain things, because we don't know what's on the other side. I think the sooner you find out that this relationship or whatever it is not going to work out, you have to plan. It may not be something where you leave tomorrow, or you leave today, or you leave in a month, or even 5 months. But you have to make a plan to leave, because the longer you stay there, the more resentment will grow and grow and grow, because you know that this is not your life. You know that this is not what you imagined for yourself. And it's like drinking poison, right? And expecting the other person to die. You are the person that's dying, mostly, because you know that this is not your life. This is not how it should be. Let's keep watching.
You realize it doesn't serve you anymore. It is time to let it go and not waste another moment, even waste another minute of your 20s. Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning where you said you nurture him, you take care of him, you do this and you do that, and he does nothing. So you made it okay for him, beautiful, for him to do absolutely nothing, and you give him all of these things. So in his mind, he's thinking, well, she nursing me back to health. She's cooking for me. She's being amazing. I even have to barely buy her rose, take her nowhere, and I get some. Think about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, a man was doing all of those things for you. You never even have to do this, lift a finger, cook, clean, do nothing. You wouldn't want to start a year later.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
And let me also add, he's 32, and you said, I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with video games, but he's addicted to video games. So that tells me, as a young man, he's not thinking about money. He's not thinking about growing a business or getting to the bag. Because if you're putting all your time into a video game, into social media, that tells me you're not doing other things.
So he does have a job. He works for himself. Him and his mom has like a home care service that they started, and they're growing in their business. But when I first met him, they were growing in their business and everything like that. And it's gotten really, like, they're starting to get really successful with it. And I'm really proud of them. But I was saying that too, like when we first started dating. I'm just like, I'm just so like, even on when I was single, I'm like, you know, I got my routine. I'm going to go to the gym. You know, whatever the free time I got. If I do want to just sit down and lounge around, watch TV, it's not going to be all day. You know what I mean? It's going to be for a little
Let
bit.
me let me ask you this, Kai. Did his mother or does his mother do a lot of things for him?
Yeah, she does.
So there you have it. And now you do the same thing. So he found a woman like his mom. So that's what he expects because he learned that behavior from his mom.
Are you dating a man that is going to give you solutions and he's a part of those solutions? If not, he is useless. If you have to constantly problem solve, fix things, fix his health, do all of these things, and you're not being rewarded, bills aren't being paid, and you're just constantly cleaning, cooking, doing all these things, taking care of him, and you just feel depleted at the end of the day, you are in the wrong relationship. A masculine man just wants to see you in your feminine. He wants to take away your problems, right? That doesn't mean that, oh, you are lazy and you don't do certain things for yourself. But what that means is a man should want to come in your life and make your life easier, not harder. Okay? And if he's okay seeing you as a mule, do you think that's going to change when kids come in the picture or more responsibilities come in the picture? No, because he's used to you taking up the labor and doing all the hard stuff around the house or doing things that he doesn't really want to do. You don't want that life, honey. You want to equipped adult, someone who is equipped and they can handle their shit and they don't need you to tell them to do X, Y, and Z. And they're going to take some load off of you. That's a man that's a leader. That's a man that's a protector. And that's the man that you can trust with your life. Nobody else. Anyways, subscribe and like. Bye, y'all.